What's up guys, so as you may or may not know, this week we finally got some major leaked images of the summer 2025 LEGO Harry Potter main tower for the modular system. Shout out to Faithful on Instagram who originally posted these photos, and honourable shout out to CMF6169 for posting and taking the time to do a lot of sketches of the set throughout the last month. So as it stands, what we know about this set is that it is releasing on June the 1st and the set number is 76454. This set will have 2,135 pieces and we're expecting it to be around $259, making this a very expensive set. So let's find out if it's worth it. Starting out at the bottom of the interior from the left side, and from what we can see so far, this set is very heavily based on the Philosopher's Stone, because we do have the, let's call them tasks in the dungeon that protect the Philosopher's Stone. Starting out with the hatch that is being guarded by Fluffy, and yes, this is a brand new molded version of Fluffy, which I like a lot more than the brick built version from 2001 I think it was, but we'll compare those a bit later in the video. And if you look carefully, you can also see the harp in the background. Leading down from there, we have Hermione trapped in Devil's Snare. I do think this is an improvement from the previous Devil's Snare that we've seen, but it is still kind of lackluster and a little bit bare. The space looks pretty cool, and it does look like there is some kind of mechanism connected to the trapdoor, so it'll be really cool to see how that all works together as a play feature. Moving over a little bit, we then have the flying key task with, of course, the flock of winged keys, and Harry, of course, on his broomstick having to find the correct key to move further into the dungeon. Similar to the common room in the Great Hall, this part of the set can be removed and sort of just slides in this gap. So that could suggest that this can be replaced, or at this stage I'm not sure, maybe it could just be a play feature, but it could also be a sign that there are going to be more modular elements that can be sort of moved around throughout the castle. And then of course we do have the wizard's chess over here with Ron mounting the knight. And I really like the way the chess pieces have been put together here. They're sort of abstract looking, but you can easily tell what they are. And personally, I think it's the bottom of this set with those 3 tasks that makes this set really special. If we move up a little bit next to the guarded chamber, you can see a new minifig, which is Professor Kettleburn, who did used to be the Professor of Care of Magical Creatures before Hagrid, and he was famously reckless and notably has a missing leg, and I think he also has a missing arm. Moving over to the right, we can start to see the staircase here with a bunch of portrait stickers all over the walls. Let's face it, this is going to be sticker overload, but hopefully some of these stickers are really nice portraits. On the lower staircase then we see another one of our 12 minifigs. This time it's Lisa Turpin from Ravenclaw, and just above her we also have Ernie Macmillan from the Hufflepuff house. I do kind of feel like these are a bit random and they don't really need to be included, but then again, it is nice to have new additions. Overall, just have more minifigs and the house represented throughout the castle. A little further up then, we can see that the staircase on the 3rd level does appear to rotate, which is pretty cool considering how small of a space we are in. And on that staircase we have Marcus Flint in his Slytherin Quidditch uniform. So yeah, I think the stairs are pretty simple, but they feel part of the same story, and of course there's portraits everywhere and some nice details like the trophy and lighting, so I'm just not sure what else we could ask for. At the top of the stairs then we have Dumbledore's office, which is only on 1 level, and to be fair, there's very little room in this section, but there are quite a lot of details. We've got forks here, we've got the pensive, the sorting hat, and Dumbledore's desk with the nice archway here. And this is an updated Dumbledore minifigure as well, which looks pretty cool without seeing it in full detail. I'm really excited for that. Just above Dumbledore's office we then have the Mirror of Erised with Harry, and it looks like this will be a double-sided print or sticker, because in this main image we have just Harry, and on the other side we have Harry and both of his parents. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm a fan of the overall shape of the mirror and the imagery used. At the peak of the tower then we have a nice little storage area for the Philosopher's Stone and a little spider above. So from a distance, all of that main part of the tower looks really nice from the inside, and it is packed with details, but when you get a little bit closer there isn't actually that much going on. But also, how much can you expect for a tower like this? I'm going to come across now to the Gryffindor Common Room, which looks really nice overall. We have the banners, the red sofa chairs, the fireplace, but I really like the look of the Aunt Petunia painting on the door. We also have 3 more minifigures here, which are Percy Weasley, Dean Thomas, and probably my favourite of the entire set, and that's Neville Longbottom in pyjamas, which looks absolutely awesome. If we look at the front of the tower now, you can see just how massive this thing is. We don't have measurements yet, but if we consider the previous silhouettes of how things fit together, we should expect this tower to really stand out from the Great Hall and literally tower above it. So if you have the Great Hall on display, you better somehow find room for this absolute behemoth of a set. There's nothing particularly unexpected from the exterior. It's the same tan bricks, grey and green roof details, masonry bricks, but there's some nice balcony areas across the tower for you to display your minifigs. As promised, I do just want to touch on the new Fluffy redesign, with the 2025 version being a remold, and in the comparison images the new Fluffy design looks awesome. It's ferocious, it's smoothed out, and overall I think it's just a lot better than the brick built version. But personally I do kind of prefer the 2001 version, but maybe with some more images my opinion will change. So as it stands, and from what we can see, I think this set has exceeded my expectations, and it's given me a real sense of how this modular castle is going to start to come together. And honestly, I'm really excited. I was really praying that this set wasn't going to be a disappointment. The only downside really is that this whole thing is a very expensive system, and once completed it's going to be a few £1,000s total. So there you have it guys. I will be posting again when we get some more images of the set along with the rest of the sets that are coming out in summer. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.